Hey there, fellow travelers. Ready to uncover the truth about those travel hacks you see all over social media? You know the ones I'm talking about. The ones that promise to save you tons of money and make your trip so much easier. Let's be honest, we've all fallen for a few of these, right? Well, I'm here to tell you that not all travel hacks are created equal. In fact, some of them are just plain bogus. So today we're diving in and debunking some myths. Get ready to separate fact from fiction. Because we all deserve to travel smarter, not harder. And who knows, maybe we'll even have a few laughs along the way. So buckle up, Buttercup, and get ready for the ride. Let's start with packing cubes. You know, those little zippered bags that promise to organize your suitcase and magically create more space? They seem like a good idea, and hey, I'm all about organization. But in reality, packing cubes can sometimes take up more space than they save, especially if you're not using them strategically. Think about it. They add extra layers of fabric, and sometimes those perfectly square edges don't quite fit all the nooks and crannies of your luggage. Plus, have you ever noticed how easily they can turn into a black hole for socks? You pack one pair per cube, then you've got 12 pairs of socks for a weekend trip. It's like they multiply in there. So, my advice? Don't feel pressured to buy a whole set of packing cubes just because everyone else is doing it. Stick to what works for you, and don't be afraid to embrace a little organized chaos in your suitcase. Next up, we're tackling the great rolling versus folding debate. We've all seen those travel gurus on social media effortlessly rolling their clothes into these perfectly compact cylinders. And while rolling can be a great way to prevent wrinkles and maximize space for some items, it's not the be-all and end-all of packing. For example, for bulkier items like sweaters or jackets, folding might actually be a better option. And let's be honest, rolling can sometimes feel like an Olympic sport, especially when you're dealing with a particularly stubborn t-shirt. So, my advice is to experiment and see what works best for you. Maybe you're a roller at heart, or maybe you're a folder for life. The important thing is to find a method that makes you happy and keeps your clothes wrinkle-free. Ever heard that booking flights on Tuesdays will save you a ton of money? It's one of those travel hacks that's been around forever, and for some reason we all just blindly believe it. But guess what? It's not always true. In fact, airline pricing is incredibly complex and constantly changing. There's no magic day of the week that guarantees the cheapest fares. Instead of focusing on the day of the week, try being flexible with your travel dates. Sometimes flying out a day earlier or later can make a big difference in price. And don't forget to clear your browser cookies. Airlines can track your search history and increase prices if they know you're desperate to book that flight to Fiji. So, the next time you hear someone say, "Always book on Tuesdays," just smile politely and nod. Okay, let's talk about free upgrades. We've all seen those movies where the charming traveler flashes a smile and magically gets upgraded to first class. But in the real world, scoring a free upgrade is about as rare as finding a unicorn riding a bicycle. Airlines are businesses, and they're not in the business of giving away free stuff. That being said, there are a few things you can do to increase your chances, like being a frequent flyer with the airline, dressing nicely, being super polite to the check-in staff, always a good idea. And if you're feeling extra lucky, mentioning that it's your birthday or anniversary. But don't get your hopes up too high. Remember, the best way to experience first class is to book it yourself. Or, win the lottery. Now let's talk about travel insurance. I know it's not the most exciting topic, but trust me on this one, folks. Skipping travel insurance might seem like a good way to save a few bucks, but it can really come back to bite you in the, think about it. What happens if you get sick or injured on your trip? Or your flight gets canceled and you're stranded at the airport? Or your luggage decides to take a solo vacation to Bora Bora? Suddenly, that small insurance premium seems like a drop in the bucket compared to the potential costs you might face. So, do yourself a favor and get the travel insurance. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? So there you have it, folks. Not all travel hacks are created equal. Some are helpful, some are harmless, and some are just plain ridiculous. The next time you plan a trip, take these tips with a grain of salt and always do your research. Don't believe everything you see on social media, and remember, the best travel hack is to be prepared, be flexible, and most importantly, have fun. Safe travels and happy adventures.